Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? So, wanted to just jump on for a few minutes and share with you some of the things that I've been experiencing lately. So, one thing that I've noticed is a rhythm in my life that I do whenever it's necessary. And oftentimes it's something that shows up during the winter season when the days are shorter, everything's a little colder, and we just tend to go more inward. So that's where I've been. I've been doing my winter mode introspection time, and I just follow the energy. It's just a natural rhythmic flow that I do, and so maybe it's something you do too. But I wanted just to talk about that natural flow for a minute because it is very important to do, to follow that, to stay in tune with it. You know, so often we get so bombarded with everything that we have to do with life, the demands of going out and about, working, errands, trafficking, or taxiing kids around, all of the stuff that we have to do. And it keeps us forever focused outward. And then we find ourselves exhausted at the end of the day, or there's something that happens in life, and then all of a sudden you wake up, it's like, oh my God, I don't even know who I am anymore. Because you haven't had time to spend with you, to really sit with what's important to you. How do you feel? Do you respond to this or that or whatever's going on in your life? And really to look at how have you responded to things in your life that has brought you to this place where you feel very tapped and drained? Because that's where I was feeling several weeks ago. And so whenever I do, that often will bring me into a space of going inward, to really start questioning, what am I doing? How am I using my energy? What kind of patterns have I been running that I haven't been conscious of, whose results are bringing me discomfort, unhappiness, stress, strain, pain, anything that makes us uncomfortable. And so that's something that I'm just inviting you to look at with you. It's like, can you do that flow of spending seasons or times of your life being busy and outward, like during summertime where there's a lot of light, a lot of energy, we're just busy, 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 and then just follow the natural flow of when the energy wants to take you inward, to rejuvenate, to fill your cup, to rest, to journal, to meditate, and just to really find out who you are in this stage of your life. Because if you can't go with that flow, then that's one of the things that can set you up for disease. Whether that's disease in your relationships, disease in your body, disease in your money flow, your career. Because dis-ease or unease, things are out of harmony, out of sync. Your energy has gotten wrapped up or kinked up. Hey, Kira, thanks for tuning in. How are you today? So that's where I've been. I've just been having this introspection time, and when I need to, then I will find somebody to help facilitate me or to help me shift energy that's stuck in my body that I haven't been able to move, or blind spots. We all need that type of help from time to time. And so, hey, Sarah, thanks for tuning in. So whenever I need to, then I reach out to somebody to help me with that. If you are in a space that you could use some extra, like outside objective perspectives, then drop me a note in the comments or even drop me a private message. I'm happy to share with you some of the people that I lean on for support to help me in recognizing my blind spots, and then to help me move through the stagnant energy that gets stuck in my body, that's stuck in my life, and then I get stuck in ruts. So anyway, I'm happy to share those people with you because they've helped me. I'm sure they can help you too. So one of the things that I've been recognizing, I'll just share with a pattern that's been surfacing for me lately, is really looking at how, at various points in my life, then I haven't wanted to do certain activities or work, or have this idea from childhood that work is not fun. And so there's been a resistance, an argument about that. And it has shown up in various ways. And so now it's been showing up again for me. So I have been asking myself, well, life is what it is. Work is what it is. Rather than wanting to run away or avoid something, which is what has been my tendency of not wanting this type of work, so wanting to run over here to this other thing, thinking it's greener on the other side of the fence. What would, if things were changed, or if I was in a different situation with the work activities that I do on a day-to-day basis, what makes me think that that would make me happier or make me more fulfilled? And so I've had to really sit with just the mindset change of, I can be happy and satisfied with whatever activities I'm doing for work, for my income generating activities, regardless of what they are, because there's always going to be work things to be done. And so rather than avoiding what is in the moment, thinking that it's going to be better on the other side, just shift that. And so that's something that I've been, a pattern that I've recognized. And so I've been playing around with that and like rewriting that script for myself in my mind. So that's something that, just an example for you. Hey, Skip, of, what are some of the things, hello, John Dell, what are some of the patterns do you think you've been running that's not produced a state of peace and calm for you? So I'm just sharing what I've found. So if that helps trigger something for you, then great. So once I do this or allow this phase of just going inward, I've learned to just not fight it and not argue with it, because it is how my life is. But from that time of sitting with myself, being in uncomfortable feelings if I feel it, rather than running away from them and avoiding them, there's always insights, things that I learn about myself, things that I can do differently. It opens up a space for me to make different choices, so that going forward, what I'm doing in my day-to-day life, how I interact with people, it works better for both, for everybody. And so, just letting you know, that's something that I've learned, that if it works for you, you can pass it on to you. But from all of that, then I can make new decisions. I've got the more information and perspective with which I can set new goals, make new intentions and things like going forward into the new year. So that always helps me function better, do more of what I want to do, be who I want to be, interact more freely and openly with people. And, everything is just much better and works better. So with that, I also want to invite you to a webinar that I'll be co-hosting in a couple of weeks. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, and it's about how you can make resolutions and stick with them. So, for example, going through, the inward phase of what do you want to create in the next season of your life, and how often do we come to the new year and we set all these resolutions for ourselves, and 3 weeks into the year, a month into the year, you've forgotten all about it. So that's very common, and it's something that's not really, it's like, why waste your time at setting resolutions if you're not even going to keep them? If you're going to second guess them or let your mind chatter get in the way of following through with them. So wouldn't it be nice if you could learn some really simple, easy steps and tips that you can do to stay with your resolutions so that you accomplish them, and to have the clarity to know what you really want, so that you've got the energy behind it to stay with it, because there's always going to be bumps in the road. So the webinar that I'm going to be co-hosting. It's in a couple of weeks. I will drop the the link for the event of that down in the comments. And so you can check it out. If you have questions about it, drop me a note, either private message me or drop a comment. But it's just helping you see some of the patterns. For example, if you feel like, or if you've taught that you have to be a perfectionist, do everything perfectly the first time, and so you freeze up and so you don't get things done. Or if you find yourself surrounded by negative Nellies or people who just are going to say, oh, you can't do that, why bother? If you see that that's something that comes up for you that keeps you from holding to your resolutions, your intentions and goals, this webinar is for you. So I invite you to jump on it, be my guest, participate. There's no cost. Put it on your calendar. It's going to be in a couple of weeks. Would love to have you there. It's hosted by one of my favorite friends and mentors. Speaking of people who help me see my blind spots and help me unravel myself from my hairballs that I put myself into. It's hosted by my good friend Stacy Hall, who's one of those people that help me keep perspective of things. And so I'm sharing her with you. But as I said, I'll drop the link for the invite for the event below. Go check it out. Just sign up that you're interested, you're registered, that you want to go, and we'd love to have you be a part of it. So it's in a couple of weeks, as I said, so have plenty of time to put it on your calendar and plan for it. All right, so thanks for tuning in. Something that you can comment for also below. It's like, what are some of the things that you do to, when you're in that inward mode of filling yourself back up, rejuvenating, assessing yourself, what are some of the favorite things that you enjoy doing that supports you in coming to that space where you feel more rejuvenated and filled? Love to know what some of the things you do. So some of the things I've done, like I've shared with you, is just reading, meditating, getting help, having somebody facilitate me if I need to. So leave a comment about that. Check out the webinar that we'll be doing in a couple of weeks. And thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing these moments with me. And enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.